The store is an optimized way for end users to request access to various items. The Service Desk store provides a simple icon-based request service for end users to request items from the service desk. The items can range from software to hardware to abstract requests. One of the notable features of the store is the automation of application install requests. On the request of an application, the application is automatically installed in case no approval is required and shows up in the desktop or in the Zap window. If an approval is required, the application is automatically installed once the approval is obtained. There is a configuration that needs to be done to show the application on the desktop, the start menu, etc. This configuration is currently obtained through a properties file which is done as shown. Edit the system.properties file and provide the details of how you want the shortcuts to appear in the quick launch, in the desktop, in the system tray, etc. and save these settings. Note that these settings are applicable across all applications that are requested from the store. Once you have saved these changes, you would need to restart services of the service desk . Once you are done restarting services, you can proceed with the store configuration. Log in as an administrator and enable the store by going to the administrator portal as shown. You have a choice to synchronize bundle metadata one time or on each sync. Note that any changes you make to the description inside the service desk will be overwritten if you choose to synchronize to ZenWorks each time. Note that you will also need to provide the details of the common administrator, one with bundle and device rights in ZenWorks, who is also an administrator in Service Desk. Service Desk uses this administrator rights to automatically push bundle to the end user device. If you do not want to use a regular admin for this role, we recommend that you create a virtual admin as shown, called the bundle admin, who belongs to the NSD administrators group. You can optionally set that password to never change for this virtual admin and also provide an email address to the bundle administrator. That way, on the sync of LDAP with Service Desk, this virtual administrator can also be made the administrator for the store automation. You also need to add this user in ZenWorks as part of the administrators group with bundle and user rights. However, you do not need to assign the full bundle rights, just the right to view and assign bundles. That way, you keep the virtual administrator rights limited to what is required. As shown, you can add this particular user into ZenWorks and assign him just the requisite amount of rights that enable the store automation to work. After these changes are done, you can test the store to see if the parameters are correct. After a successful test verification, now head to the technician portal. Before you hit the store setup, verify that the categories that you intend to use for the store have the store capable flag set and is also a service category. For the hardware category, you will need to duplicate that entire category and set the duplicate as a service category. If you use SLAs, you can choose to set the SLA for the administrator along with the associated workflows for the store, the service request, and incident management. Store requests also go to the default store user. So, make sure to add technicians and a store manager and remove the default store user. You also need to add the assigned technicians and managers for the store in the Groups tab as shown. Now you are ready to configure the store. Let's see how we can make applications available to end users. If there are enterprise sanctioned applications that you want to make visible to all users, but which all users may not want installed, you first need to create a new template which handles the automatic installation of such applications. Duplicate the existing store template and rename it to something which works for you. You can now assign the status on a success or on a failure on assignment in ZenWorks. Change the status to closed result for the default assignment success state. This way, there is no technician intervention required on either the service desk or on the ZenWorks side of things. Make a note of the default visibility. Ensure that it's set to all org units and all end users. You can choose to change this later. Next, add categories which help end users get to these applications quickly. These categories appear as a clickable filter on the end user store page. Now, select the applications that you want made visible for everyone. And click on Promote. Choose the template which you just created. You can choose to add the business categorizations here or at the individual applications level. An example is shown of the browser which works with a specific SAP version. Note that you can also select promoted applications in bulk and make changes or add tags. The final step is to make the store visible to end users. You do this by editing the Privileges tab. Editing the Privileges tab allows you to configure the visibility for the end users. You can, if you want, make the store as the default landing page for end users. Once again, check that the bundle admin has bundle and user rights. Otherwise, the store would not work. Also, make sure that you can verify this with an end user you want to test against. You can log in as an end user and you should be able to see that the changes that you made as an admin are visible to that end user. The end user should be able to see the applications made visible to him and also use the tags to differentiate between different set of requests. Test the store by requesting a couple of applications from different sets and verify that the requests get created. These requests should show up in the request summary or detail pages as closed result because Service Desk set it to automatically assign. When you check on the ZenWorks side of things, the ZenWorks page for that particular user, you would find that the bundles requested have been automatically assigned. This indicates that the store setup was successful. There is no need for the technician on the Service Desk end to intervene, but these requests would still show up as resolved on the technician side also in the operations page. Check for the note from ZenWorks which indicates successful assignment of the bundle, which is corroborated by the audit trail. These bundles will now therefore show up in the desktop and the application launcher for the end user when he does a refresh. Remember, if you change the properties file anytime to show the icons additionally in the taskbar or in the start menu, etc., you will need to refresh or restart Service Desk services for the same to take effect. Thanks for watching. For feedback, contact Microfocus support or use the Ideas forum, or you can contact me directly at sharat.vasista@microfocus.com.